Hey guys, this is Tad and I am your homestead provider. Well, today we are going to get our swarm of bees out of our swarm trap and put them into the box. Now this is a high body, this is a medium. This is what I like to have for the bees to get through the winter. Now I'm not sure, and I highly doubt that they're going to be able to work this, fill this up before winter. So I am quite certain I'm going to have to feed them quite a bit. Whenever I feed my bees, I always use 1-to-1 sugar water, and then just a little bit of brood boost, which is, well, 1-to-1 is like, say, a cup of water, cup of sugar. Well, what I always do is fill up half a quart of water, half a quart of sugar, and then just a little bit of that brood boost in there, and that kind of helps them take to that food and really use it to building their comb, building the hive. But we are going to go through this, probably see if I can see the queen, and put them into these boxes right here. Now, it's pretty early in the morning. It's 7, and it is already hot. Today's heat index is 113. This is not something you want to be doing in the middle of the day when it's this hot, because whenever you have to wear all this garb and everything, it gets very hot. I'm already sweating and I literally just put it on. It's humid, so just word of advice, anybody that's getting into beekeeping, thinking about it, do not do this stuff in the middle of the day whenever it's this hot. Now, ideally, whenever it's cooler on you, in the middle of the day is a good time to do it, because most of the bees are gone out foraging, and less chance of killing any. But that's not the case right now. It's hot, so we're going to do this early in the morning. All the bees are here. I can see them. They're just now starting to get going, and we're going to go through it. Here's right here is the other bees I've got, other box on this little this bee yard right here. So that's that right there is another swarm I got. It's got a hive body and a hive medium for it, and then I've got 2 mediums honey supers for us. So I might look through that real quick and see if we can pull any honey off or not, but I'm not planning on getting very much this year, because I don't know if y'all have seen any of my other videos. Through the winter last year and last fall, lost every single one of my hives, which I've been doing this for 13 years, has never happened. I'm going to contribute to colony collapse disorder and really pesticide, herbicide spraying. That's what I feel like did it, because I know I lost several after the highway department come down through here spraying last year. I know shortly after I'd lost several hives. Now, you know, that's not really something I can help. All I can do is work with it. So we're trying to build back up and see what we can do. So I'm not expecting any significant honey production for us this year. Main thing is trying to keep the bees alive through the winter. So if I can do that, you know, we can build off of them next year. So we're fixing to go through this hive right here, this new hive, and see what we got to work with. All right, now let's see, before we get too involved in this new hive, let's see what this one has to offer. See if I'm going to be able to get any honey off of it. Now, something I seen yesterday, I didn't take a picture of it, but this beehive right here. So I just use this brick as an entrance reducer pretty much. Now, this beehive yesterday, it's really good. It's really thriving. There's a whole bunch of bees in it. Now, as hot as it's been, they was bearding on both sides of the brick there. So I think I'm going to open the entrance up a little bit more. Whenever bees beard, they're pretty much doing what they can to cool down the hive because it is so hot. So I'm gonna leave the brick there. The entrance is still going to be a little bit reduced, but I'm going to open it up a little bit and see if that helps out some. So the reason you use an entrance reducer, and you don't have to so much through the summer months whenever the bees are really thriving, but I use entrance reducers pretty much all year long, because wax moths, hive beetles, anything can get in there and just destroy the hive. And whenever you reduce that entrance a little bit, it allows for the bees to have less of an entrance to have to defend off. So I have a better chance of keeping a good healthy hive whenever you do that. Now let's look at this. Something else I want to mention: whenever you're going through a hive, you do not want to stand right in front of the bees where they're coming out. That's going to irritate them even more. Chance of getting stung is going to increase. So what you want to do is come back here behind and go through the hive from the back side of it. Now, smoker would also be beneficial. I didn't start one, so we're going to try to be gentle. Let's look in here. So they've got this sealed down, which is what I expected, but we're going to loosen it up a little bit just like that by hitting it. And they are good numbers in the top, obviously, because they're coming out the entrance cover here. So let's open this up and see what we got. Now, it's just me doing this today, so I apologize for probably not being able to see too good, but I'll do what I can to help y'all out. Now, these bees have got this entrance cover, this telescoping top, I think is what it's called, really stuck down with propolis. So just have to try to be easy. I got a few that's not liking what I'm doing right here, but you know, that's the way it goes. Alright, that's got that off. And here comes some. They're not happy with me messing with them. This is the reason that you use smoker, so they just don't get all carried away. Because if you had a smoker, it'd calm them down some. But as you can see, this right here does not have a lot of honey in it. It's got a little bit, but not a lot. There's a hive beetle. You want to kill every single one of them that you can get in. You can see. So that tells me that I can see down in there. Let me show y'all. I can see down in there. Maybe you can see a little bit with the video, but that tells me that this is not ready to be pulled off. There's nothing in it. No honey for me. Okay, so that's no big deal. Not anything other than what I expected. So I'm just gonna put it back in here and let them keep working it. They've cleaned it off really good. They're preparing to put honey in it, but there's not no huge flow right now, so there's not a lot of resources for them to build honey, to make honey. Hey, here's another one. It's got a little bit of nectar in it, not much to that. So that tells me that I'm not gonna get any honey right now, which is, like I said, it's sort of what I expected. But now I do know that this one right here has got quite a bit in it. This second box. That's the reason I put on that's the reason we put on the third one. So, you know, we'll get a little if they don't decide to eat it all or move it down into the bottom hive. But, you know, I'm not expecting any kind of miracles. Now let's go over here to our new beehive. See what we got to work with. Now what I'm gonna do is take all this off, take it apart, and I'm gonna set this box to the side of this hive right here. I'm gonna taking this one down. This is a hive that already has built out comb. Good comb, good wax storage. No pests that I seen. I kind of looked through it yesterday real quick. Now this one does have a, this right here is called a queen excluder. This one does have a queen excluder in between the high body and the medium. I'm gonna take that off because I want them to have access to that medium to fill it up. So we're just gonna do it like that. I'm just gonna take this one and set it off to the side, just like this. So this swarm trap has about 5 frames of drawn out cone in it. I'm not sure what all they have done since establishing a hive in it. We'll see in a minute, but I know I'm gonna have to take 5 of these out, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that in preparation of putting these new bees in here. So I know there's one right here. Two. 3. 4 and 5. Whenever you're introducing some, even a nook, even a nook could be a swarm trap that you found just like this one, but it could be a nook. Whenever you're introducing them into a new beehive, you want to try to keep them in the middle. So all 5 of them frames I'm going to keep in the middle of this. That way they can build out and build up from that. Try not to put them on one side or the other. It just kind of makes it harder on to fill up the whole thing. I have found that if you put them in the middle, they go out both sides. So that is helpful. Now, let's open this up and see what we got to work with. There's some good number of bees in this hive right here. What we're going to do is just go to getting these frames out. Now this right here, I have a video on it. This swarm trap is nothing more than a nook that I put a back on. I built these nooks several years ago, and whenever we lost all of our bees through the winter, we did some swarm traps. So I just converted them nooks into swarm traps. Now this one right here, I hadn't built out very much cone yet, just a little bit. So I'm just gonna take it and stick it right in here. Also, something to keep in mind whenever you're doing this, you want to try to keep them in order if you can. So that one coming from the outside, so I'm going to start it on the outside and go to the middle as we go through them. Got a little bit of a cold, if y'all can't tell, just excuse me over that. Now this one right here has a lot of brood, whole lot of brood in here. So queen's in there somewhere. I'm not concerned with finding the queen today because she is in there. Otherwise there wouldn't be this much brood. So let's keep on going. Good bees, good. I really like the brood pattern she's got going on in here. There's kind of they're in the middle, and on the outside they're putting honey. That's nice. That's what you want to see. She is a young queen, you can tell because she's missed some spots, and right here she is, right there. I hope y'all can see her. Try to get it up close to the camera, but right there is the queen. Maybe y'all can tell a little bit about that. So now that we found the queen, try to be easy with that frame and just put them all back in here. They are building comb on this frame, which looks good. It's looking real good right there. And one more. Now this one right here is not drawn out. As you can see, there's no wax on this one. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna leave it in this one, in the swarm trap, and I'm gonna put one that already has a whole bunch of drawn out comb in it, just like that. It makes it a little easier on them, gives them a boost. That way they don't have to work so hard building comb. So I'm gonna leave the swarm trap right here because there's still several bees in here, and the bees that's in here will find the queen right over there. So we are going to just leave that right there, and I'm going to go ahead and put this medium back on. That way they have plenty of room for growth. And we are going to put this inner cover on. And then we are going to put the top back on. So now what I'm going to do is put a brick on here. So these bricks, these bricks tell me something. So whenever I have it up like that right there, I know that it is a hive in distress or is an empty hive. Okay. Whenever I lay it flat. All right, now I have to apologize. My GoPro got too hot and shut down itself. Imagine that. It is very hot. So what I was saying, my little communication to myself, these bricks mean something. So this one, whenever it's setting up on the end like that, to me, that is a new hive that needs to be really watched, monitored, have close attention paid to it. These right here, when they stand straight up just like that, has no bees in it, or is a hive in distress, just like that. Now, like this one right over here, I've got it laid completely flat. That tells me that is a great hive. Not having any issues, nothing like that whatsoever. So, that's really what I was going with that. But that's all I got right now. That is introducing a swarm trap of bees into a colony of into your bee boxes. So what we're going to do is go and I'm going to make some sugar water, and I'm going to feed these bees like crazy as long as they'll drink it until they're very good and established, because I want to get through the winter, and there's not a lot blooming right now. This is a late-ish swarm. I'm not a fan of really late swarms because you have to feed them so much, and there's nearly not a lot of natural stuff left through the year for them to get. So that's all I got right now. That is introducing a swarm of bees. All right, as I was finishing that, it shut down again because it's so hot. So I had to move it out, bring it to some shade to finish up this video. As you can see, probably from the sweat on my shirt, it's hot. But anyway, this is the brood booster I was talking about, right there. I'll put a link down in the description if anybody wants to get it. But I've had this jar, what is it, a 16 ounce bottle of this stuff forever. It you know, whenever you're putting just a couple of teaspoons to a tablespoon in a jar, it lasts a long time. And what I did is fill up half this jar of sugar, filled it up the rest of the way with water, and then poured a little bit into there and just kind of shook it up. But that's it. Anyway, what I was saying, that is putting a new swarm and getting them into established beehive. So hopefully that'll do real good for us. They'll hopefully like that place and stay there. We'll see. And I really hope they make it through the winter. So we're going to feed them, like I said, as much as we can, and just go with it, see what happens. But that's all I got right now. This is Tad, your homestead provider. God bless.